Ain't babies? What's up, ain't babies? Okay, so now we're going to try something new. Of course, you know I'm on YouTube all the time looking up how to propagate plants and things of that nature. And I'm gonna see if this actually works. It's called the rooting hormone. Some kind of rooting something or other. I have to go back and look at it. But basically, it's a way of preserving your herbs that you buy from the store. So the YouTuber that I saw this, let me see if I can find him. In My Gardener. He's pretty famous. Has a lot of cool videos. But he says he goes to the store on a regular basis, asks the store if they have any herbs that they're about to throw out, like basil or thyme or what have you. And then he goes through this process of bringing them back using these little grow pods. Some kind of pods. I got a couple of them because I want to see if this actually works. So I bought a bag of cilantro maybe literally less than a week ago, and they're already starting several of them to go bad. So I said I'm going to start with this cilantro to see if this will actually work. So the first thing that he does in the video, and I was trying to save some of these, and they actually kind of bounce back me putting them in the water. So I think this will be perfect. So what I saw him do was he basically pulled out leaves from the bottom parts of the plant and cut at an angle on the stem for each one that he was going to use. So I'm going to pull these bottom leaves off, and then towards the top I'm going to cut at an angle just like you do with flowers, to get them to take in moisture. So I'm going to do 3 for each pod. I think he only did 1 for each pod, but I'm going to go ahead and do 3. I'm adventurous. Okay, and so the next thing he did was he got those roots together with the bottom stems, and he coated them in honey. So this is supposed to be some way of, I guess, protecting them as they are starting to grow. And I'm going to see if I can stick all 3 of these in here at the same time. Yes. Okay, let's sit these in a bowl. I'm going to do these. And he basically, let me pull these bottom stems off, that's kind of long. Let these sit. I didn't see a follow-up video. I'll have to go back and check and see if he has a follow-up video to show what his looked like. He covered the whole bowl in plastic, added a little water, and watered the little pods, and then set them in the sunlight where they would get some sunlight and grow. So that's what we're gonna do. So I have this bowl with the cilantro and these 2 grow pods. I want to see if this is a gimmick or not. Coated them with honey. Gonna water this, cover it with plastic, sit it outside and see if we could get some growth on these. If they start growing and sprouting, I'll be a happy camper to where I can plant. I don't know if the goal is to be able to replant, which I hope it is. I think it is, to get this to root and then start a new plant. But in the meantime, I actually have cilantro seeds that I'm going to start planting as well. I'm going to kind of clean up this area in here, and then I'll meet you out on my little patio, and we'll start planting some of these seeds in soil. So we'll see which will grow. We'll see which roots faster. Basically, this is almost a dead plant. We'll see if it starts rooting, and then I'll actually plant this today, and we'll see what actually starts moving a little faster. See you in a bit. here. Back outside. I want to see. I have to get this cilantro planted today. I have this guy out here. I'm going to cover it with some plastic wrap and put it on the little sunny ledge and see what I happen. But I'm also going to plant some seed in soil as well. So I'm going to put another pot. I'm trying to hurry up because I'm losing light. I rushed out here right after work, but I normally get off pretty late, so yeah. That's to be me. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and start layering just like I've done with my others. Move this out of the way. Here. Set my glasses down. And get to shoveling, baby. Let me see if I can find a light source to help it out a little bit. There we go. See if that'll sit. Here's that. The sun's already down. It's nice and humid. It rained today. It's not scorching hot like it has been the past several days. It's so dry. Pour something over here. Oh, I didn't put a layer of Erykah. Oh, I got a bug. Let me get it. Where'd the bugs go? Where'd my stuff go? Where'd that bug go? Ugh. Oh, I think he got away. How I found you? You jumped up out my soul. Because I just left it in. Okay, so now I'm going to grab some of these seeds. Then I got the cilantro. Hope this camera's not moving. And I make some holes and I put 2 or 3 seeds in each hole, bunches. Got the seeds. Okay, I think I got everything. This back. little cover. Cut this down a little bit. Cover a little bit more. Not a lot. Just a little. I'm going to actually water this a little bit more. Excuse my little cut, my new water can is still in the mail. And so that's going to be cilantro. Let me take a side portion real quick. And I'm going to put this with the others. And I'll be cooking regularly. Let's see which one to do better, or what the status is. Got water at the bottom, but why not? Nobody would just kill it, but I still have to cover it with plastic wrap. So I might actually just get a Ziploc bag and put it on top of it. That might be easier. Do it for today, frankly, because my little noisy neighbors don't know how to talk in regular tones, and because I've just about lost all the sunlight. So I've gone through and watered all my other plants. I'm going to go ahead and sit these, cover this, sit this to the side. Let me see if I can fit this over. Nope, that bag is too little. I have some bigger storage bags. I'm going to bring one out and cover that up. Alright guys, till next time, I'm going to shut this down and get back in the house. And we'll check in on the progress a little later. What's up, honey babies? Okay, so I'm at it again. I'm sitting here watching YouTube videos, thinking about how can I get my things started growing around here. And with the tools and things I already have, I think I'm going to try something a little different. And again, I don't know if this is going to actually work. So don't judge me. But I'm going to try it anyway. Because I can and I got time. So, in another video, I showed you guys these little seed pods. Let me put one out. These rockwood seed pod things that I was using to try to bring back some cilantro to see if I could get at the root. I'm going to try these with some of my seeds to see if I could get them just started before putting them in. Instead of starting them in the pot, I'm going to try and start some of them in this and then transplant them to soil later on. Now, this is called rock wool, and from what I gather, there's some kind of rock that they spin until they get this like fine-like consistency, and it works as a, almost like it works in place of soil, but it is very absorbing. It absorbs water, wicks it up from the whatever it's in pretty quickly, but it also has lots of pockets of air, which is, I guess, good for the seeds when they're starting to root. So again, this is experimental. I don't know what I'm doing. These are used a lot in hydroponic planting. I only bought them to try to see if I could bring back those cilantro stalks that I had that were going bad. But since I've watched a couple videos, I think maybe I can try and get some other seeds going in these little doohickeys. I mean, if not, if it doesn't work, then I'll go back to the way that I've always done it. You know, I'm good at that. I'm good either way. So, first things first. I'm going to put aside all these seeds. I'm going to try tomato, lettuce, have some parsley, arugula, and some sage. And this is the mung beans that I'm making my sprouts out of. What I want to do, in addition, I think I told you this, I want to make a mung bean plant that will actually give me some pods so I can grow my own seeds. So this is what I'm going to try to do. Put those aside for a moment, and I have my little sign so that I'll know what's what. And looking online, a lot of these growers suggest fertilizing or giving nutrients to the rock wool. I don't have any of that, so what I'm going to attempt to do is I've got some fertilizer, the Miracle Growth fertilizer things. I've chopped one up. I'm going to add it to water, and I'm going to see if that can help in getting some nutrients in the rock wool. So I'm going to add some water. Oops, if I don't make a mess. Sit that down first. Alright. Sorry, this is jumping around. I keep hitting it. So I'm not sure how well this is going to dissolve. You can see if I can stir it around and give it some help. I can get it to somewhat dissolve. And again, if this doesn't work, I'm not too worried. I like trying different stuff. We'll see. Later on down the line, maybe I can go ahead and invest in some actual nutrients for this. Again, this is just something out of the blue I decided to do. And I'm using what I have, so here we go. So, and I've also looked, and I'm hearing lots of growers say that you don't have to use an entire pod for just one plant to save money. They cut them up in smaller pieces. There was one guy I watched, he cut up in several small pieces and was actually able to germinate several seeds and then transplant them into soil later on. So this is what I'm going to try to do. Experimental, guys, don't judge me, but let's see if we can do this. So I'm going to cut this up. And I cannot for the life of me find my garden shears. I have a better pair of shears somewhere. Let's see. It looked like this side. It might have been a little too thin. We'll see. Yep. I'm going to leave that one that size. And maybe a couple more. And again, I'm out here at dusk on my patio, so I'm going to try and get as much of this done before I lose light. Now I'm going to put these down on the tray. I think I'll leave those. These are only two small ones I'll use, and I'll save these for those finer seeds versus the bigger ones. I'm going to go ahead and submerge this. We all need to soak up this water. And those pieces did not dissolve very well at all. Oops. Didn't it? Sorry about that. I'm forever being clumsy. Okay. It looks a mess, but oh, that definitely is dissolving. Maybe I just got to get my hands up in there. Smush it up around, smush it up. Dissolving somewhat. We should have known that before. Poured it out the cup. We've done this in the cup. But hey, if it works, I'm not going to complain. Okay. Make sure I get these all good and saturated. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drain out some of this water, or most of it actually. And let me do that off camera so I don't look a mess. I'm telling you, y'all keep watching me, and I'll be able to afford a producer and a cameraman and all that good jazz. I'll be able to see everything. Those are pretty saturated. Now let me get some of these seeds together. I've seen a couple growers actually soak their seeds before doing this. Let me do that. Oops, spilling some drop. Not starting out good. So I'm going to actually, before I do that, where is? See if I can start a hole. I need something a little bit thicker than that. Oops. Okay. I'm going to put a couple of lettuce seeds in this one. And I'm going to close it back over. Set that aside. We'll find the marker. What's next? Let's try one. I'm going to try and do 2 of each one of these seeds. 2 seeds in each one, just in case one doesn't germinate. Maybe the other will. Cover that up. The marker. keep knocking his head on the camera. Chillins. They're just all over the place. Seeds everywhere. Running loose. Let's see what's going on. These are the smaller seeds, so use this one. My Italian parsley. Itty bitty teensy weensy. Look at these seeds. Inchy winchy. Trick I do with these little seeds is I'll try to tip of my finger wet and have them stick. Transplanted in there, and then I gotta get them in the hood. In there. Yep. I'm running away. I'm running away, child. Close you up. Okay. Parsley good. Let's do sage next. Arugula. Right? Do not have a sign for arugula? I do not. I'm going to have to make one. I have some other seeds sitting in my mailbox. Some banana peppers, some okra, some collards. But my daughter has the key, so I have to wait for her to come home from work before I can actually pick those and put those in as well. We have my hair. Tiny seeds. Okay, got them in there. Close that up. Put some stuff in. Okay, and that's arugula. Let's back in this bag, y'all. These are itchy as well. I wonder, I'm sitting here using this, I told you I use this method of wetting my fingertips to pull them out. I wonder if by wetting these they'll germinate, or if it doesn't even matter because there's not enough water. Huh. We'll see. But yeah, I took a couple of them. Pick one more side. My mother. Yes. That is arugula. could have sworn that in a little bit. I must have lost it. Okay, there we go. So, we have those soaking. I will cover this tray with plastic wrap because I don't have a clear top. And see what happens tomorrow. First things, we'll leave them outside. It's pretty, it just rained, so it's not as warm as it would be normally here in Houston right now, this time of night. No, even at this time of night, it's usually pretty hot. It's 8 o'clock, but because it rained, it's a little more, it's maybe about, let me check. Let's see what the temperature is. I mentioned the chicken and food. It has to be in the 80s. Actually, it feels like cold. No, it's 90. It says it's 90, but I'm sitting here again with my rig with the fan blowing cool air from the apartment out onto the patio. So I feel good sitting here in the chair, but over by closer to the window in that area, it's gonna be pretty warm. So that's it for this right now. I will cover this up and check it again in 24 hours and see if we have any kind of germination, or if I need to go back and look at some more YouTube videos and figure out how to do it the right way. I mean, you know, but you gotta give it a try. You got to give a good old college try. And so by the time my daughter gets home, I'll have also planted banana pepper, a collard green, and I think an okra. I think I want to do an okra as well. So that's it for now. I will check with you guys later. See you, ladies, babies. Aunties, babies. Okay, auntie babies, y'all, the worst possible thing has happened. Came out and wind knocked over my tray and mixed up all the seeds on the floor and all the signs, the little tags. So I don't know what is what. The only thing I know for sure is the mung bean. I have a couple sprouts coming up outside of the mung bean. There was another one somewhere. But I gotta get these re-moisturized and cover back up and figure out how I'm gonna keep these things from blowing away like they did today. Oh well, my day's getting started out here. I'm gonna start tending some of these plants that you see where we're at. I'm gonna start putting some stuff in the dirt. And yeah, let's do it. Well, y'all, I'm out here today trying to get some stuff done. I turned down my tablet, watching my special victims unit. I need to fix this, water all my plants, which are budding pretty good, pretty nicely. Look at that tomato, see if I need to do any pruning. It's got a couple of flowers on it. I need to get my onions in some dirt. I'm gonna check on the cilantro that I planted put in the rockwool a couple days ago and see if it's got any roots to go in the ground. I'm going to try and organize the space a little bit. I've got so much junk going on. And again, you guys know there's not a lot of space. So I need to kind of, I got stuff hiding behind my chairs and all over everything. So we're going to try and get this organized today. Since my work is done, now I can play a little out here. What should we start with? Yeah, I say, looking at this tray, getting it together. Oh, I know what I need to do. I need to go inside and see if my ginger and my garlic have started sprouting. And potatoes. I put some, garlic, ginger, and 2 potatoes that were already sprouting a little in a bag together with an onion, hoping that the onion will promote some of the sprouting, which generally does. I remember my mother telling me when I was young, never store your potatoes with onions because they'll make them sprout and make them go bad. So let me go inside and check on that real quick, and I'll be right back out. Okay, so let's see where we are. This is the piece of ginger that had started budding, and I put it in with a couple of pieces of onion in a wet paper cloth to get it to sprout a little. It was just a wee bit bud. Oh, let's see, sprout it away. Okay, it's budding a little more. I'm going to keep this in here though. Keep wetting this paper towel and changing it out. I need to see some roots starting to sprout out along the sides, along with that little bud. And when we get some little roots, then we can put it in the ground and let it start growing in the ground. So we got a little bit longer for this. I'm going to find another dark little hole, stick that back into with the onion so I can continue to bud and grow. So let's check on the other items in the bag. Okay, not much going on with the garlic, I see. I probably need to cut this top, but generally it'll do it even if I don't. But I may go ahead and give it some help. So my potatoes look like they're starting to do their thing. Got a couple really good little buds, but again, I'm gonna let them go a little bit longer to get them a little bit bigger. Again, when I put these in there with the onions, y'all, it was nothing. Like a couple little spots. I forget what you call them. But it's not buds. Eyes, maybe? I have to go back and look it up. A couple little things I could see on the potatoes. Now they're actually... Ooh, this one's doing pretty good. Yeah. So again, give it a little bit longer. And then I'll cut those eye pieces out and get them on some soil to root into the ground. The whole process for growing some potatoes is probably going to take some time, so I'm going to just be patient with that. But it's a lot of fun working on it. This piece, I see another little one down there, starting to bud out. Not much else. Yeah, right there. That's my onion. And the last piece, let's see what you're doing. Oh, I got one there. Ooh, any more? Got one inside there. Okay, I'm starting to do a little something. Ginger is another item. I hate paying so much for at the grocery store. So, I'm happy with that. I'm going to take these jokers back inside, put them back in the hidey hole. See if I can get them to continue growing. That's a project for another day. Yay. Alright, you guys, I'm gonna finish setting this bag up, and I'm gonna just take down some of these edges to preserve the humidity. And then I'm going to keep that on ground and set it back on that shelf. Yeah, I don't want to have to go through this again. Alright, so I watered them down a little and recovered them up to preserve the humidity. I have a little space to where if I need to go in and add more water, I can do that. I'm going to sit these over here to the side for now. And let's move on to some other stuff. I'm going to check on this cilantro. First, I'm going to look at these green onions. Let me see where they are. They look pretty good and rooted. I'm going to go ahead and get some of these in dirt. I actually have some more growing in the house. As soon as I use the green onions, I start putting them in water to get them ready. So I should have a continuous supply of green onions. Moving forward. So I'm going to start with this pot. And I haven't watered much of this soil in the last couple days. So I'm going to have to do the layer effect again. Let's get these going. I got me a new watering pot, but I use that primarily when I'm trying to just come out in the mornings to see who needs what quickly before I go to work. And a lot of times I'll just water with the spray bottle. A little bit of the mix. Actually, what I may do is be intelligent. Just kind of percolate that here. I have a whole other bag, so I have 2 bags. I have some compost that's on the way for my mushrooms. Oh, I need to give you an update about those mushrooms of mine. So, checked on the trays. Well, the one tray that I did, and that I took the middle of the mushroom out and put on the petri dish, and it's growing fungus, but I don't know if that's mushroom. It looks awful. It just looks different. It doesn't look like what it looked like on the videos I saw. I'm letting it grow, and again, this was just me trying something out, so I'm not too committed to it, because I actually did purchase some mushroom spawn from a reputable company, but I knew it was going to be a while before I got it, so I went ahead and started on the other little project just to see if I could get it done. But I will be waiting for my spawn to come in, and I got it in a liquid form, and I'm going to inject it into a bag of, not substrate, what do they call it? I have to go back and look. Some of this terminology is that's what's working me with the gardening. But there's a bag of grain that's been sterilized, that the mushroom can feed on, that the spawn can grow into. And so when I get the liquid form spawn, I'm going to inject it into that bag of rye. I think it's wheat rye, wheat berries, something. Wheat berry rye. I have to go back and look at it. So I'm going to inject it in there, and then it will begin to like spread. It'll just start to start growing and spreading amongst that, because again it's going to feed on that grain, and then as it feeds on the grain, it's going to spread. The white spores are going to spread throughout the whole thing, and then once I have the whole bag full of the white spores, then I can add it to compost. And I think I'm going to have compost, and I think it's wood chips or something else I have to lay it on top of so that it will start to spread out and grow and germinate into mushrooms. Make this one a little bit deeper. Alrighty. These jokers in this ground. Get me some green onions. And so from what I was told, I can continually cut these leaves and get green onions, and they'll keep coming back. And if I leave the bottom in the ground, all it's going to do is grow into a larger onion, and eventually I'll be able to pull it up and it'll be like a normal sized onion, or at least maybe not a pearl onion, but like maybe the size of a shallot or something like that. So get as many of these in here as I can. I'm not worrying about crowding them too close. I think they'll be fine. I'm going to add a little bit more soil on this. Just want to get them in the dirt. These roots covered up. One more. Okay. So I got a whole lot of space to work with here. Then I'm gonna water it in. I may clip some of these leanings, jokers that are leaning heavy. All it's going to do is promote more growth, so I can eat these today with something. I actually have a salad. Go ahead and put that in, throw that in. Okay. That should be good. Okay. Add this to the steadily growing list of pots. Alright, what's next? I need to order some more of these little pots. I really like these. They're a nice little size for like my herbs and some of these smaller things as I start out. I have, this is a 5-gallon bag. I also have some 3-gallon bags that I'm going to move my, that I'm going to put my cucumbers in, possibly move my bok choy and things like that into my lettuce. These smaller ones are good for like my herbs, like my cilantro, my basil, and things like that. until they need to be. Well, they'll probably be good staying with those. It won't need to be transplanted to a bigger pot. But some of those other things I have other bigger pots for, but we're going to start them out in these smaller pots. Okay, so let's look at this. Ooh, some of this don't look too great. So this died. Mix you up in there. This did not root at all. So yeah, this don't look like it worked. It looked like it didn't necessarily kill it off, but it didn't cause it to root, which is what the gentleman YouTuber was saying it would. Yeah, that project was a fail, but I still have these. I can use them for something else. See what I can plant today. Get up in there. Actually, I have some cucumber seeds. I don't know. I need to go back and look at the process of starting cucumbers, if they need to be started this way or straight in the ground, but maybe I'll just do both and see which sprouts faster. That sounds like an idea. Because I've been waiting on these seeds, because the cucumbers I have are not the correct kind. I was told that this type, the Big Alpha type of cucumber, is what is better for what I'm trying to accomplish. So I'm gonna get these. Actually, I have them in my hand. Let's do that right now. Let's do it right now. Let's do it right now. Okay, trying to need some of this. Yeah, soaking in water for 12 to 20 hours will help. That answered my question, so we'll just go with this. We'll do 2. Since I have 2. We'll do a couple seeds in each one. Since those are already open. Let's see. Do 1, 2. Go there. Probably need to open these. I don't want to hurt the seed. Let me do this real quick. Come on out. And get this hole to open up a little more. These are bigger seeds, and I can close that up pretty easily. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Get in there. 10. Push them in. Close this up on top of them. Squeeze it closed. So, and y'all, when I watch a lot of gardeners, they'll plant a whole lot more seeds when they're starting out, and when they're trying to get them to germinate. Pull it all the way off. But because I have such limited space, I'm going to do just a couple at a time and see what I can get to pop up out the ground. Okay, that's going to be good to go for now. I'm going to mark that somehow. Where's the lid? Oh, I didn't have one. I had the plastic. Let's go back to the plastic wrap. I'm going to seal this up and set it to the side. Keep it out here, just humidity. And that's going to sit for a while until those seeds start to germinate, and then we can put them in dirt. So another one down. We're moving. We're getting her done. Figuring this thing out. Okay, what's next? Did the onions. Checked on the cilantro, didn't quite work. What can we work on now? What's next? Could go ahead and separate some of the radishes. Let's just see. Get it? Lettuce. I made it funny. Or no. Okay. Okay, so here are my radish sprouts. They're doing pretty good. One particular grower that I saw online said that as soon as they start to come up, you need to separate them because it's something about it'll stunt the growth. What I'm going to do is just check one of these, see if I can separate them pretty easily without damaging any roots. Otherwise, they may need to go a little longer. It didn't necessarily say, "Ooh, I broke it. I broke it." No, I didn't. Did I? A little. I may need to wait a little bit longer, let them get a little bit more sturdy before I do all this transplanting. So I'll go ahead and move these two since I've already dug them up. Get this trash out of there. And it's a rock. Spread these out a little, see if I can get them to continue to grow. Goodness treatment. Those are my little radishes, y'all. Eventually the radishes will form down here. Sorry, Karen, I know you can't stand radishes, but I kind of love them. I kind of love them. Let's see if I can get them in here. Might need to wait and transplant them to a bigger pot. That may be what it is, but again, I didn't do many. This is me trying to see what I can do. Why did I open 3 holes? I didn't need 30. Just needed 2. Deep enough so that root can get in there. Oh, my poor baby. He's got a gangster lean now. But we're going to see if we can nurse it back to health. So I separated them, but we'll see. I may have done more harm than good. I just need to let them chill out a bit. But yeah, that's that for that. Well, what else is going on around here? I'm waiting on my cilantro to come up. These are from seed. I'm not seeing much going on. But again, it's a waiting game. It's about patience. Keep it watered. I might need to take it in the house because I do have it outside. But we'll see. Alright, so let's do a review of where we at. The aloe is aloe. It's going to aloe. It's going to do its thing. I got one little extra bud coming up back there. But yeah, it's going to do what it's going to do. These are my basils. And I basically come out, I do try to spray these a little. I know they say, oh, don't water so much, but y'all, I do have these outside and we're in Texas, so, and I don't want to risk them dying out here because of the heat. My lemongrass is just starting to come up, which makes me very happy. Because lemongrass is expensive. Let's go over here. So again, here's my little radish that I just performed surgery on. My mint, moving slowly. Now I move my onions over here. I got some peppers, cubanelles. My bell peppers haven't done much of anything, but we're gonna keep hope alive. Those peppers, those cubanelles are coming up pretty good. They're sprouting. That's my bok choy. Why do I keep moving too far? That's my bok choy. And my leeks are starting to sprout. Didn't do too many of those seeds, but they're finally starting to sprout. And look at my little oregano's finally starting to sprouty. And my dill. Not seeing much for the rosemary. But again, it's patience. Time, patience. And get some of this soil because it looks so neat to dry. And these don't drain, so I just water just by the spray bottle because none of that drains out. But again, we're in 100-degree heat, so I gotta make sure that they're somewhat watered pretty good. It's a delicate dance, baby. It's a delicate dance. And my tomato, I need to actually water it. It's been a couple days and you can see that's pretty dry down there. Do I need to prune anything? Look at the little fruits starting to come out. These are sun leaves. I think this looks like it's going to be, I don't know. It hasn't grown much from this point. I don't know what that means. I know I hear growers talking about determinants and indeterminants. Determinants are going to grow to a certain height and stop, and indeterminants will not. So, but I would assume that this would get a little bit bigger. But it's doing well. Leaves nice and these are more. Yeah, you need to be watered. The leaves down at the bottom are a little bit more firm than the ones at the top, so I'm gonna go ahead and water this baby today while the birds are chirping. So yeah, that's my update for now. Today is Wednesday. All my mess, look at y'all. I'm so cluttered now, but I feel good. Got my little bumblebee lights that I light up at night. It's solar powered, so I turn that on at night. And if I sit out here and chill out with my air conditioner. Alright, y'all, well, that's gonna be it for now. Again, time, patience and time is all we got left with this. And Auntie, love you.